Hey beauties, good morning to you. So I don't know if you've been looking on the whether it's Observer or Gleaner. King Charles III has basically ordered the Jamaican government to pay the legal fees for Vybz Kartel and the co-accused. Aye boy. So after the Privy Council quashed the ruling, so they are really non-convicts. They're not convicts anymore under the auspices of the ruling by the Privy Council. You know, the government has been ordered by King Charles III to pay the legal fees. So I sat, you're looking well. And, I'm chuckling because I remember, was it last year? Earlier last year or this year? They had ordered for, I think it was the office of the DPP or whichever governing body, I'm not sure, I don't want to, spread any misinformation, that ISAT be basically what would you call it, disbarred, barred, or taken off duty for 2 years, whatever you want to label it as. I don't want you, because I know they have the right legal term to use. So he cannot practice law, I think, in Jamaica for 2 years or something like that, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm saying, boy, one thing with God, him no sleep, and he doesn't like ugly. I never thought that was a fair ruling for the young man. It was not. He already stepped down as chairman of the human rights thing for the PNP. He already stepped down. He apologized. He pulled back. Don't touch a man's spot. No box no bread out of nobody's mouth. Don't box any bread out of any. My worst if I'm on a thief. Maybe if him be thief, I could understand. If him be thief or was a pedophile or something of the sort, I could understand. I probably could understand, but no box, no bread out of nobody out. Just like how you need to eat, he needs to eat. But look at this, him getting far more money now. Him probably going to get far more money now. Because I thought I saw something where it says 150 million. I don't know. I could be wrong. And I know he wouldn't be the only one getting that, And I'm saying it took King Charles to say, we're ordering you guys to pay the man. So still know I forgot pay him. When you try to lock him one way and God open another door. Don't play with Master God. Master God, God. Master God, God. God in the morning. God in the evening. Master God, God. No joke with God. Don't joke with him. No, I know. As I said, I don't even know what kind of feeling I have towards the whole Vybz Kartel. This thing has what I just don't want is for a retrial and for the Jamaican people to feel it, because I know somehow we will feel it, and that would be unjust, a travesty of justice, and very much unfair to the pockets of the people of Jamaica. Release the man. You're many murderer. Let me tell you something. He has paid. I'm sure he has paid for what he has done. I'm sure if you should interview him and he's to tell you the truth, I'm sure that since what year was he sentenced or went to prison? Was it 2008 or 14? Whatever. At least over 10 years have passed since he has been imprisoned. At least 10 years thereabout. At least. And I'm not saying that taking a life is right. I just don't know if the life is innocent. I don't know. I know the Bible talks about 6 things that God hates, 7 he detests, 7 he abhors. Shedding innocent blood, I don't know. I'm not saying that you must go and just kill people willy-nilly, but I'm not sure if it's an innocent life that was taken, if he really did so. For me, if it's going to be too problematic, if the government is ordered to pay it, my fear is that it's going to affect us indirectly, by Jamaican people. You're going to see some whole heap of things start coming that we have to pay for to pay this money legal fees. Let him go if that is the case. Me know why it's not worth it for the Jamaican people. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at the bigger whole. Just release them. Let me tell you, the number of murderers that would be worse than him, that are walking around in so-called clean clothes, looking like they're stalwarts, looking like they're people of honor, of valor, of dignity. They certainly do not embody Proverbs 31 if they're females. I don't know what the male version would be, but maybe the male version of a Proverbs 31. Or when the Bible says, I'm sure that God is not saying, these people are men and women after my own heart. Many of them worse than him if he'd really did the killing. Many of them. So they can release him. I doubt he would be making such a mistake again afterward. I mean, a lot of time would have been wasted for him as an artist, because I think he realized that, man, look, I'm gonna waste my time. I have such a talent, and I sat and I wasted my time. I didn't even get the freedom that I would have wanted. I wouldn't even get to raise my children the way I wanted to raise my children. So I'm sure he has been punished. He has had regrets. Don't feel it was a bed of roses for him. Cannot be. I doubt he would say, wow, I would do this again to go into prison. I doubt he would be saying that if he were to interview and he were to be very much honest with you. And I'm not going to sue the government. It wouldn't even make any sense. It would not even make any sense. And then because it would, I'm sure he would realize it would affect the Jamaican people. Yeah, we would have to go pay them back. And we would have to go pay back that the money there. You think of them just go dip in them pocket and pay back? And corruption already high in this country. Corruption already high in this country. This country is a joke. No, you see all the different things that are happening, it therefore means you need to let that man. Let him go. Let him go. Let me tell you something. If he's not a transformed man, you don't have to worry. God is going to deal with him. He has already been paid. He has already paid penance, because I'm sure those years have not been good for him. At one point I heard that he was very, very ill. I don't know if he's still ill. You understand me? And you know that the ruling was not done out of solid ground, out of good ground. We know the sort of, what was the word? The sinister way in which it was dealt with. Even if he's guilty, you two wrongs don't make a right. So even if he's guilty, you can't go and mess with tamper with, for example, evidence. Get this one to do this, and all of that, and then want to cry decency and dignity. You can't cry decency and dignity when you're doing wrong and trying to hold a man accountable to make him answerable to the law. And yet you are doing the wrong thing as well. Two wrongs certainly will not equal to a right. No care how you want to spin it. No care how you want to throw that dice. No, King Charles III has ordered the government to pay the legal fees. And I know somehow it's going to affect the pockets of the Jamaican people, you know. The poor civil servants, the poor public sector workers, the poor us, poor we. And the regular Joe that's struggling, even certain private sector workers who are not necessarily earning a grandiose or a magnolious salary. Because if they're ordered to pay it, it will affect us. I don't care what nobody want to tell me, say, God alone have to come tell me otherwise. God him have to come down off him throne and tell me otherwise. Just might as well release the man. He has already paid penance. He has already paid, he has been in prison for about 10 years. He has been in prison, and lock him down. Lock the man down. What, so it's not as though he never paid for it. And trust me, if he really and truly did it, gotta go beat him too. But if you try to do God's job, you're gonna make it's going to lessen the effect or the blow from God. It's almost like somebody who, let us say somebody with a DPP, and you guys, I think if you continue to mock her and jeer her, God will pull back that level of humiliation and embarrassment over her, because he's still a compassionate God, no matter whether she's good or whether she's bad. That's not how he operates. He gives you so much and no more in terms of your punishment. So much and no more in terms of your punishment. And then he will allow you to pull back. So be careful. That is why, always encourage you, don't laugh or mock at somebody else, because God will, I read it, I remember years ago, I just don't remember where it is in the Bible. He will pull back so that the person is not humiliated beyond what he himself will allow. Just release the men, release them. We just don't want, because it's going to be problematic if you keep this man there. You're going to have to be paying. I sat, why vindication came for you, my brother. Vindication has really visited your home. Vindication has visited your home. The same people who want to take you off, I see one of them have to go put you, and basically I put you on. They're ordered to pay you, and you probably end up getting more money than before. The box spread out of people mouth. Release the man, release the men, release them. Come, no found out there who far worse than them, the band there. Far by leaps and bounds, no comparison. I just don't want our pockets as Jamaicans to be hit any further, because we can't take no more. We can't take a morsel more. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message.